It's time to get a little less serious about wrestling. This is the Alternate Commentary Table with lifelong friends.
Notice your difference in size.
And lifelong wrestling fans.
Each is a very capable performer, and each is a little too clever to give the other boy much of an advantage.
Mitch Hontzias.
Credits himself with a lot of power.
And Dimitri Korolis.
So that he got all that power from drinking raw olive oil all through his youth.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to the Alternate Commentary Table, brought to you by the Celebrate Wrestling podcast feed. That's right. Anywhere where you decide that you want to stream your podcast and listen to your content, you could go anywhere, but you got to actually type in the word Celebrate Wrestling, and you got to see the ACT, Alternate Commentary Table, in there. You got to see Mike McGuire's show. I mean, that thing is amazing. It's McGuire on wrestling.
It sure is.
Okay? He's not beside wrestling. He's on top of wrestling.
On top of
That's
it.
right. Because on our podcast feed, it's Daddy that's always on top. We're allowed to say it because that's a wrestling
That's
reference.
a thing, yeah.
I can't get in trouble for that.
That's right.
And you say, okay, you don't think this is a global phenomenon? You don't think this is the Mr. 305 Pitbull of podcast feeds? From the other side of the pond, we got legends and champions.
Oh, unbelievable.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't just have people and jobbers. It's legends and champions.
That's right.
That's high caliber.
I'm just going to say that if you haven't listened to it, listen to it, because you'll learn, and B, you'll be entertained.
That's right.
Not like this show. Here, entertained, nothing to be learned.
Nothing to learn.
Nothing
to learn here.
No.
I want to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to all the GWOites out there, the Greek World Order, Sal Greco. Sal.
All right. Let me address this situation. All right.
Oh, this makes me so happy.
There's potato and there's potato. Okay? Sam. To me, I'm just going to say this. I formally apologize. I was excited last week. You guys can hear my voice. I get excited. I'm Greek. I talk with my hands. I got a little ahead of myself. So I do apologize to my friend Sal. GWO, Sal Greco. My apologies.
So the best was afterwards, and we were talking, so you're getting chirped across the whole board.
Yes, everyone's...
Right? The whole Oh, by the way...
I get it. They all want a piece.
Listen,
Yeah.
you guys want to see some real action? You go to the Celebrate Wrestling Facebook page.
That's right.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's the mortar that puts it all together every single week. You were getting lit up. And then Mitch turns to me and goes, hey, Dimitri, thanks for backing me up over there. I'm like on the show. I was like, hey, listen, the guy's an agenda guy. Let me stick up for Mitch.
I got a lot of stuff going on, guys.
Listen, the guy's an agenda guy. He's dealing with names and people and everything all the time.
All the time.
Okay? And by the way, if you want to be in the GWO, you will be what we decide you to be. If
you're Sam, you're Sam. No, you know what? You're not Sal. You're Sam to me. Forever, you're Sam. That's it. I'm pulling rank.
Okay? So what? Mitch is not the greatest with names, but he's trying his best.
Damn right.
And he'll get it.
Dang right.
He'll get it. Okay? So lay off.
Hey, leave me alone.
Okay?
It's like people saying Barcelona. It's not Barcelona. It's Barcelona.
That's right.
Barcelona.
Okay.
Listen, I was going to start with a little AEW because they deserve it. They deserve the flowers. But I'm going to put you to the side for a minute because WWE has got this down packed. When they go overseas to Europe, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, they've been proving it time and time again. I'm going to just say it. Dimitri, I don't want to say it. I know we're great fans here in North America, but I think the Euros got us, guys, or they at least seem to like it a lot more than we do. They are pumped up, man.
They cheer every move. It was
every
the best.
move.
It was like I was watching, so this is what a soccer game's like. Oh. So could you imagine where you hear the hooligans or you hear the soccer overzealous fan in Europe?
Yeah.
Imagine if soccer was high impact like wrestling.
Oh, my goodness.
Now we're getting it. You know, the only thing that was missing was a full brawl in the stands.
Or flares in the stands.
Flares.
Yeah.
If they go to Athens,
oh boy,
forget it.
I think that's why they don't go.
I think they might not go.
Well, guess who's going to take them there? We're going to take them.
We're going to take
them. The GWO will cater. We'll take you there.
It is a Greek world order, not a Greek state or provincial order.
This is fantastic.
Okay?
Yeah.
You think we're worried about being the 51st state? The world needs to worry about being GWO.
Listen, it wasn't the greatest show of all time yesterday, but you know what? It didn't matter because I was more I was just watching the crowd. I was enjoying the atmosphere. When LA Knight can come out and he's kind of almost speechless, That's how you know they got you.
See, this is where you do great production. So the WWE says, okay, we're in Barcelona. And let's send out the ultimate crowd engagement person that we have on the roster. LA Knight, you're up.
Yeah.
We don't care what you do, but you're up.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now, so correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
I can't remember.
You know I will.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. ECW, WWE. Remember they had, was it called The Last Stand? Was it The Last Stand or One Night Only? It was some show.
Okay.
Remember they did the...
yes, where they mixed it together.
Yeah, they mixed it together.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay, and I think that's when Rob Van Dam won the title.
Yes.
Did you not, and maybe I'm the only one that felt this, when I looked at the arena that they were in Barcelona, did it not remind you of that?
Yes,
like this very close, quartered, intimate. Like that also did it for me too.
So that's a really good point, and that's where AEW, take notes. Just because your crowd isn't to the max capacity that WWE can bring in, doesn't mean you can't have that atmosphere that Dimitri's talking about.
Yes,
absolutely, you're right. I know exactly what you're talking about. But I think in this case, I think it was just the crowd made it feel like, buddy, they could have been in a 70,000 seat arena or in a 10,000 seat arena. It didn't matter. That crowd was jacked. They were having a fun time. You could tell they were to every move you said. And then, to put the cherry on top, when Nick Aldis came out and announced the tag team match to start it all off, the 3-man. I mean, that just, you could have ended the show right there. Thank you, everybody, and go. Like that. Nick Aldis again for the save.
Manager of the week.
Yeah.
Again. And the reason is because Pierce all he does is yell and do damage control.
All he does.
You cannot lead with an iron fist.
That's true.
Okay?
Yeah.
Aldis, he's a little calmer. He gets his point across, and he's making things happen over there.
And may I say, he looks great in a suit.
Fantastic in a suit.
Now, speaking of
he's a math guy. There's 3 here, there's 3 there.
Let's make this happen. Right?
There it is.
Jimmy Uso right now, we said it a couple of weeks ago, he's the odd man out. Everybody seems to be on their way to do something.
Yeah.
The ex-bloodline guys are all doing their own thing. Jimmy seems lost. He seems lost.
Jimmy,
now with Naomi also being a little bit problematic, he's got, there's an issue between, you know what I'm trying to say? She's got issues with Cargill, and she's probably telling him, Jimmy, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? He's like, I got my own problems.
Listen, the only thing he's lost are vegetables on his plate.
Dimitri.
What?
Dimitri.
We all...
Dimitri.
Listen, okay? We all see it.
That's right.
I'll be the one to say it. Fine, I'll take the chair
Dimitri.
shot. I'll take the chair shot for the team. Okay? But we all see it. We all recognize it.
It's true.
The shirts ain't fooling anybody.
Well, can I say something? They both been donning the shirts for many years, right?
Okay, but
Jay's taking his off. He's taking his off. Jimmy's left his on. That's all. We'll leave it there.
Okay?
We'll leave it there.
Okay.
And by the way, if you're going to wear a shirt, don't wear the ones that are like clingy to the body.
That's it. Listen.
That's all I'm saying.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. You don't need the clinging ones.
Okay? You don't need, should I get that? No, don't take the Ziploc
Like,
one.
you know who does it great? Kevin Owens. He wears like the tank top loose.
This is what I'm saying,
Brilliant.
Mitch.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying.
I'm just saying.
Okay?
Just saying.
He literally looks like a European, overaged, unmarried. We know who we're talking about. It's one of our friends.
I literally can see him, right?
Yeah, who still goes to the nightclubs.
It's exactly the guy I was thinking of.
Okay, yeah, we know who we're thinking of, okay? That's the guy. It's like, stop wearing. No.
Yeah.
No.
Even Tips McGee knows who you're talking about. That's right. Let me ask you this real quick.
Oh, by the way, shout out to Tips McGee and the Maddie Smith. I feel like I haven't talked about you two in a while.
Right.
And I just want to...
Yeah, just say hi.
I just want to say hi.
Well, Sal and Sam and everyone else is getting involved, yelling at me. At least we can acknowledge the other GWO guys.
Mike Smith and Taps McGillicuddy, thank you for coming. Thank you for tuning in every single
Can I ask you a question? So I was watching the match. I was watching the fight.
Yeah.
I was watching SmackDown, minding my own business. And then Charlotte was fighting. And then Tiffany came in.
Yeah.
And I passed out. I fainted.
Yeah.
What happened?
Listen, I don't know, because I had the same dream too.
I was literally watching. I was like, watch. I passed out. Passed out. I had no idea what happened. Came to, I saw Miz, and then they started fighting again. And then again.
Right.
I passed out again.
Sometimes storyline doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. What have I told you? Put it on mute. I swear to goodness, it's way better.
This is the greatest thing ever. They're back in.
You know who got the job of jobs? Are those security guys yesterday?
Oh,
Best jobs ever. Best job ever.
for one day only.
They're like, we're not paying you. They're like, what?
Listen,
They're like, trust me.
Cena's not doing any Make-A-Wishes lately. Could you make one more wish?
Trust me.
Just for a couple guys.
Just trust us.
Just for a couple seasoned
It'll be
married
fine.
guys. Come on. Just for one night only. We don't ask for much. We never did.
We never did.
We never
It was
did.
great. Oh, listen, you know what? They have been boring. They have been boring the last 3 weeks. To your point, last week you called her out. You're like, hey, Tiffany, you can't follow for 3 times in a row, which she did.
Yeah.
And then this week she said, I'm going to be the reason.
Well,
she came in and took care of business.
And listen, I don't want to say it was because of me, but
Yeah.
I think she fears losing me, Mitch.
I'm not going to lie to you. That when I saw her running to the ring, that's all I saw in her eyes. Yeah. One last thing, real quick on SmackDown. The Gunther. Listen, I may not be I don't find his promos great, but I get the point of who he is and what it's about, so I appreciate it. Taking on Axiom last night, what a fun match. The crowd, obviously he's from Spain too, so it all caused, the fans were into it. A couple of times it looked like he had him. Well done. I like that. That was a good play.
Me too. I think so.
In Barcelona. But we got to talk about last week. So we didn't actually really go through the AEW Revolution pay-per-view card last week for a variety of reasons. We didn't think they could match up with the Elimination Chamber. Boy, were we wrong.
Oh, we were wrong.
Well done, AEW.
You deserve it.
You deserve it. Yeah, they did great. What a great time. I'm going to say one thing. Almost every single match was maybe a 5-star match. Dare I say, 6 souvlakia. I don't know. Whatever you guys want to call
crazy.
it. It was awesome. The one, real quick, let's just go. Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher. Okay, listen. 2 best friends going at it. We've seen it before. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, we've seen it before. We appreciate it. You throw a cage into it.
Oh.
I knew it was going to be great. I didn't think it was going to be spectacular. And you want to talk about your best friend? Those 2 are best friends. You want to talk about trust issues? Those 2 don't have trust issues. Hey, let's do a Spanish fly onto glass from the top of the cage. Sure, partner. Listen, I love Dimitri more than anything. Would I do that with him? Hell no. I'd push him off faster than anybody could blink. Yeah. Okay? Well done to those 2. Well done.
I wish in an alternate scenario somewhere.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if there was a crossover? So the Fletcher picks the Owens as his tag team partner.
Oh.
And then the Ospreay picks the Zayn.
Oh.
And then they go in that cage with the glass, with the barbed wire chair, and do all the same fun tricks. Could you imagine that? That would be bedlam.
I'm getting lightheaded. I'm going to faint again.
And then Tiffany and Charlotte Flair as a special guest referee.
I'll fall right now. I'll fall right over. Don't do this.
Mitch, get up. Mitch, how many fingers?
Where are you?
I blanked out.
Brody King, Okada, what have I said about Brody King? He's up. He's next. Take this guy to the next level, please.
Yes.
I'm begging you.
Unfortunately, now he's got to get repackaged. He's actually got to take some time off a little bit and come back with the
I see what you're
thunder.
saying. I see what you're saying. Swerve and Rick, another great match.
Yeah.
How does he do it? Great match again. Listen,
the Ricochet. Rick,
Yeah.
you did it. You did it.
Can I just say, I understand the robe fight because when I used to be younger and go to a hotel room with my buddies or whatever, it was always a fight like that to get that robe in the room.
Well, the robe's a thing.
Thing.
It commands power.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I want to do a show only in robes.
Kenny and Takeshita?
Yeah, you got it.
Sal? Bottom line, another 5-star. Another 5-star.
Yeah, buddy.
What are these guys doing? And then on top of it, Tony and then Mariah May. Listen, I'm all for the women outclassing the guys. No problem. They've been doing it quite a few times, actually, over the last year. Putting your hands in glass.
Yeah.
Did you take it over the top? Sure did. Did I like it? Yes. Did you need to do it? No. I don't know. Loved it. What another great match.
The amount of blood that was on Tony Storm's face,
man.
that wasn't even cut blood. That was crime scene blood.
That's
that
crime
was a
scene.
dark red. That was a lot of blood.
100%. Blood donors were like, oh, why? I mean, there's bags. Go and
What are we doing
Go
here?
and donate today. Yeah, exactly. Out of all those matches, I just named like 4 or 5 matches that are great. And then we get to the main event.
I was going to say, did we talk Kenny Omega? Did you bring
Yeah,
Kenny
I brought Kenny
you
in.
did?
Teixeira.
Oh, yeah, we just talked about it. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
I blanked out. I was thinking about Tiffany.
I know, so good, right? So crazy.
I knew she'd come around. You know, I don't like tough love. I'm sorry, Tiffany, honey, sugar, baby. I had to do it. I did it for us.
That's true.
I did it for the Greeks.
Mitch, what do you want to be when you grow up? Security guard in Barcelona? So then we get to the main event at AEW. You got the John Moxley. You got the Adam and the Copeland. They're going at it. And then, you know what? You say to yourself, this has been such a good card. Good for you guys. You don't need to do anything. And they bring the Christian in. And now you're going, okay, all right, I'm liking this. He signs the documents, or he gave him the clipboard, or whatever you want to call it, because it's not a briefcase.
It's not a briefcase.
Because that's something else.
Is it?
He gave him the clipboard, gets in there. Christian's going to be the new world champ. Oh, John Moxley just... Oh. He submitted.
Huh. Okay. Well, interesting.
Okay.
So...
That was the last match?
Okay.
That was... Oh.
So we wait for that. You know.
Wonder if Uber's going to come and get me now.
You know, this is where... You know what? I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
We're talking nice about AEW.
Yeah, we are.
I'm not going to do it.
Let's stay on that.
I'm not going to do it.
Let's stay above the line.
Sure.
That's right. Let's stay above
Sure.
the line. We'll jump over to Dynamite. You know what? Not a bad show. All right.
Not a
I'm
bad
okay
show.
with it.
Not a bad show at all.
Not a bad show at all. Oh, by the way, in Revolution, the MJF and the, how could I forget, the Cowboy.
Yeah.
They go at it at the page.
But actually, that was one of the most lackluster
I agree.
matches.
It didn't hit, and they're still kind of talking. But you know what? It did enough to, at least, I'll tell you, it was a better match than that one, than the Copeland match. I'll tell you that.
That it was.
So
okay.
I'll give it that.
Fair.
So we head into the Dynamite. Now, I'll be honest, I kind of liked it, and then I didn't. And where didn't I like it? Oh, right at the beginning. Why? Because, you know, for the last year and a bit, me and Dimitri have been pushing the GWO, the Greek World Order. We brought you all in. We're bringing you all in.
Yep.
And then for once, oh my God, it's happening. We're literally seeing there's going to be a trios match.
Are you going to try for the names right now?
I'm going to do it. And what do I see? I see Samoa Joe. I see a Shibata. I see the Hook, even though I'm not a big fan. And then I see the 3 men they're about to wrestle. Vinny Pacifito. Okay, all right. I get it.
All right, Vinny.
Eliathesis. Oh my God. Look at his trunks. Oh,
The Greek key.
he's got the Greek key. And then Gabriel Eros. Oh my God. They've got to be Greek. This is the greatest day of our life. Worst match maybe I've ever seen in my entire life.
Those 2 Greeks
Yes.
literally looked like
Yeah.
what me and you would look like
Yes.
had we been in the ring.
I was ready to make them GWO elite status.
We were forcing Daddy to send them free apparel.
Everything. You put it on our tab. Then we watched that match. Now, I didn't expect you guys to really do anything against Samoa Joe. I didn't think you were going to do lots against Shibata. But against Hook, you made Hook look that good against you guys?
Against Hook.
Have you guys not been listening to the show? You're out. You were never in. You're out of the GWO.
And part of me is even questioning whether you 2 are Greeks anyway.
Exactly. Not with that moxie.
No.
They didn't have any of it.
No.
So disappointing.
Terrible.
Terrible.
And the
is
Greek
right.
key. They went so cheesy Greek, okay?
I don't want. You know what? They look like my parents' living room. You know, with all the they might as well have been wearing doilies for trunks.
I'll tell you 2 people that are not drinking raw olive oil.
That's
Okay?
darn right.
Not
through those 2.
Not through their youth. Disgusting.
Makes me so upset. I had so much, and I mean the board lit up, Dimitri. Everyone's like, "Oh, look at this! The Greek guy, the GWO, Mitch and Dimitri are going to talk about them." Nothing to talk about. Embarrassed us.
You're lucky it was your debut.
You're lucky we don't call your mom and dad. You're lucky we don't call them. You know, as I go through the AEW, I mean, look, the Eliminator, the International Eliminator tourney that's going on, the Beast Mortis, who I like. I mean, I know he looks a little silly sometimes.
Yeah.
And imagine him just, his duffel bag. It's got that big bison head in there. And he's
Follow
got
me
it in
on
there.
this one.
Yeah, sure.
You take the 2 Greek guys.
Right.
You take the Beast Mortis, because he looks like the
Minotaur.
You put them together.
Now
you repackage him into kind of an ancient Greek thing.
Yes.
See, if I were managing
This
Greeks,
is it.
you know, like the Hurt Syndicate?
Yeah.
I think if we had like the Greek syndicate,
Right.
where they were like, oh, we invented wrestling. And they were like old school, like Bob Backlundy wrestlers.
Ooh.
Just saying, Mitch.
That's not a bad idea.
That's how we would run things.
That's not a bad idea. I did like, and you know what? Megan Bain, she kind of has this Athena look or something like that.
It's working.
You know what? It's writing itself, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Okay, so Beast Mortis is in this tournament, and it's a special guest. And Speedball, Mike Bailey, shows up. I don't know what to think of this guy.
Okay, I'm glad you brought this up.
Yeah, okay.
Because I wanted, like, we're going old school right now.
Yeah.
I wanted to throw tomatoes at the screen. Cabbage, tomatoes, and everything.
Right.
Okay, time out here, you guys. By the way, dynamite, Greek word.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Okay?
Yeah.
Means strength, means power.
Power.
Okay?
Yep.
AEW, basically, Greek.
Yeah. It is. Like, it's not us. It's just...
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Wrestling fan, AEW.
Yep.
I understand that at some point in time, somewhere, this person is a big deal in the indie underground across other promotion wrestling world.
Right.
I get it.
Yeah.
But when you come into the ring,
Right.
and you look like that you got cut from being an extra from the movie Bloodsport with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
That's right. That's right.
That you couldn't even make the 14 seconds it took Van Damme to kick you out of the Kumite.
That's right.
You got cut.
Yeah.
That's what you look like. It doesn't work for me.
To me, it looks like the old Karate Kid movie, like that was filmed. So Ralph Macchio in the 80s.
Yeah.
But the B version of that, like they don't have the budget to do the Karate Kid. They have the budget of like $1,000. That's the guy I would have picked to be Daniel.
But he looks like, there's like Elvis impersonators. He looks like a 1, 2, 3 Kid impersonator. I was traveling around, a little 1, 2, 3 Kid X-Pac, and here I am.
Here's the one thing. His gimmick might be cheesy, but great wrestler, fun match. Those two were going at it, but he's got to repackage it. Yeah, somebody's got to go with going, hey, let's try this look. Let's try this.
Mitch, I can't get behind this.
Well, he's got a lot going on. He's got a headband. He's got a mullet. He's got no shoes on. There's a lot going on.
He looks like a terrible villain from like the pilot episodes of Miami Vice.
Somebody basically said, "Listen, we're gonna put you in this garb." As like they know they listen to the ACT, and they're like, let's send them out like this.
I can't get behind them.
They gave me too much. I almost passed out because of that.
I thought I was watching a P90X infomercial.
That's another one. Yeah, that's what it felt like.
I have nothing good to say about this person.
Nothing, you don't.
And if anyone does, you're out. If you're in the GW, hey.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
We already kicked out 2 actual Greek guys.
We kicked out Greeks. Okay? We mean business
we don't fool
in
around,
this Greek
guys.
world order.
Okay, the guy that's winning me over by far, it's not the MJF, it's not Copeland, it's Max Caster. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy right now, he's on a heater.
Oh, yes.
He might be number 1 on the power rankings. I'm not going to say yes. I'm not going to say no. But he's up there. Long story short, this guy's on a heater, buddy. This guy's on a heater.
I am loving
it.
I think you said it. He's their version of R-Truth.
Yes. Yeah. But a better version.
A
funnier version.
In your eyes.
In all versions.
It's working.
Chris Jericho's turning heel again and just being that ruthless guy with a baseball bat. Yes. Thank you. Finally, this learning tree. Yeah, it was funny for a minute. The New York Minute, whatever. Give me back the nasty Jericho. It's what we all need. It's what we all want.
It's what we want.
That's it.
Yep.
Raw this week is going to be in Brussels, right? So I don't really care about like what happened last week. Nothing too spectacular. Oh, wait. Seth Rollins, a little CM Punk cage match. Like, look, it wasn't no Will Ospreay match, but it was a fun match. At the end of the day, Roman Reigns comes out. We all saw it happening, but we didn't. The Madison Square Garden match, like this past Monday Night Raw, was not that clean. It seemed very bulky. I don't know. It didn't click. It wasn't clicking. Yeah, I didn't find that.
No, really, I enjoyed it.
I didn't. I got to be honest.
And I think because the Madison Square Garden, it has something onto its own.
Of course it does, but maybe that's what made it, to me, I felt like they were almost too nervous or something. I don't know.
Okay.
That's what I found.
Interesting.
So our boy Roman Reigns comes out, pulls him out of the match. By the way, wins the match for him. Kind of crazy, right?
Weird.
So my son was watching. He's like, so CM Punk wins? I'm like, no. I go, actually, Seth wins because Roman Reigns pulled him. You know what I mean? It's kind of one of those things they might want to change that in a couple of years.
Fair enough.
The guy that leaves should be actually the loser. I don't know. Just thinking, whatever. Rollins right now comes out and then just like a jealous schoolgirl sees Paul Heyman. Mind you, he had a point. If I saw my manager hugging another guy like that, I'd be consoling him.
And the worry.
He did have worry in his eye.
There was worry.
I'd get a little upset too. After all they've been through.
You know what's a tragedy?
What's that?
That Paul Heyman couldn't have the stars aligned. Imagine the Paul Heyman crew.
Yeah.
I've always compared him to Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Right.
But could you imagine where you have Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and you have this stable faction of all Paul Heyman guys at one time?
Right.
Oh, that would have been great.
Oh, it could happen again.
Well,
you
I
never
don't
know.
yeah,
Well, it can't happen with those two for sure. You know what? All it did, and I think we all knew this was going to somehow play into it, this whole Heyman thing. I mean, he had to bring him in. Roman never liked him from the beginning.
No, he did not.
He never liked him from the beginning. This didn't help any situation. So Paul's going to have to make a decision. And when you put somebody up against the wall, you put baby in a corner, Paul comes flying out, right? You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens.
What would you rather see? Because I'll tell you, in my opinion, Seth Rollins, CM Punk is the hottest ticket right
100%. 100%.
This is where CM Punk said, I want to main event WrestleMania. Thank goodness in a weird way he got injured if that was in the cards at all last year. Right. Because this rivalry is one for the ages. The amount of heat. So it begs the question, it's probably going to be a triple threat match.
100%.
But would we have just rathered a CM Punk, Seth Rollins final showdown? Because I think that would have been better.
Yeah, both scenarios work. You're right. I think most people would rather see just the two instead of the three. But when the third guy is Roman Reigns, you're okay with it. My worry would be that Roman Reigns wins. If one of the other two guys wins, then I'm okay with it. If Roman wins this match between these two, I don't like it because, to your point, it really should just be these two. Fine, you add the third guy in, but,
What if?
Here it is.
What?
Here it is.
Triple threat match.
Okay.
WrestleMania.
Right.
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania.
Okay.
Yeah.
Triple threat match.
Got it.
What if it is the Seth Rollins comes out victorious?
Okay.
And at SummerSlam, we set up the Paul Heyman match.
There we go.
Between Roman Reigns and CM Punk.
I don't think that's a what if. I think that's a what is.
Oh. That's not a prediction.
That's not a prediction.
That's a spoiler.
Well, you know what isn't a spoiler?
What?
This week's newly dubbed by the GW Joe, it's the power ranking. It's the CPR, the Chair Shot Power Ranking.
Oh,
here we go. All right. Okay. We got all the names right. Here we go. At number 5, listen, it happened kind of under the radar. I wish it wasn't. Obafemi versus Moose. We talked about it. Obafemi is starting to make that move now.
I like it.
Here he comes.
I like it.
Here he comes. That's number 5. At number 4, listen, there's 7-footers, there's little guys. They're all fighting. They're trying hard. But you know what trumps everything? Love. Lana and Rusev. They're back together. Yeah. Number 4, Love.
Oh, wow.
I'm glad to see that back together,
Yeah.
I hated when they broke up. The Bobby Lashley thing was so weird.
So weird.
I mean,
let it go, Mitch. Let it go.
At number 3, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns. How you doing?
Okay.
I like it. I didn't know if I was going to. Saw the end of Raw, liked it, loved it. It's on its way.
Fair enough. It's like adding capers to a Greek salad. You think it's messed up. Not so bad.
That's right.
Not so bad.
Not so bad. At number 2, Chad Gable, the new American Lucha. We don't know exactly yet what it's going to do, but there's something. I like this. I like this storyline.
Listen, I love it.
You didn't think I was going to bring it up?
I did.
At number 2. And at number 1, for weeks, we've been saying this team deserves it. Street Profits, the new tag team champions of the world. Congratulations. Street Profits at number 1.
Well done. I like how you did that.
Thank you.
I like how you did that. That was
a little something there.
Listen, that was very well done. Well, look, ladies and gentlemen, Mitch talked about what's hot.
Yeah.
But we got to talk about what gets the shot.
Right.
And there's a couple of them. And Mitch, right now I'm going to give you
the chair shot
of the week.
Go ahead.
Okay, number 1. Okay, chair shots of the week. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to tell you, Shinsuke Nakamura, you're supposed to be some samurai. That's great. That's fine and dandy. I love the gimmick. But don't come into a backstage promo where you're dressed in your office attire or gear that you're coming in. You want to be a samurai? I want you to be a samurai through and through, all stages, here, there, and everywhere. That's chair shot number 1. Chair shot number 2, we talked about it already. Jimmy Uso, I'm just saying, get a tailor. Okay? You're in Barcelona.
Yeah, get a nice suit. Barcelona.
Italy's right over there. They got a lot of tailors, custom form, custom fitted. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, do that, please.
Done.
Okay? Next, Kenny Omega. You're getting a chair shot.
Chair shot.
Do you want to know why? I'll tell you why. You don't have a rivalry with a guy and then say how you're happy and you need him and all great goody two-shoes. Okay?
That's right.
I want a little more sass.
That's right.
Because last I checked, you were a Bullet Club guy.
You know what? That's what they all next week. So everyone's probably wondering, where's the alternate scenario? There isn't one this week. I'm going to just leave it at that. Why? Because I got some things brewing. Me and Dimitri, real quick, he doesn't know this.
What?
But we started something called Wrestling Jeopardy yesterday, and it was maybe one of my most favorite segments we've ever done. And it just came out of nowhere. Ladies and gentlemen, wait for it next week. Wrestling Jeopardy.
We're going to do it.
We're going to do it.
You guys have no idea. We're going to sign off here pretty quick, but you have no idea. The show is in between the shows when Mitch and I are on the phone and we just go on these tangents. But here's the thing. This show is nothing without all of you taking the time to listen to us and to support us on the Celebrate Wrestling podcast feed. We thank you very much. Alternate Commentary Table brought to you by Mitch and Dimitri. Check out McGuire on Wrestling, which drops tomorrow, as well as Legends and Champions from the other side of the pond with Andy Evans and Stefanos. And we thank you very much. Facebook page, Celebrate Wrestling. I'm telling you, it's the mortar week to week between the episodes. It's super fun. It's super exciting. The only rule is just actually celebrate wrestling. That's actually the rule. That's all that there is to it. We really appreciate your time. And look, we'll see you next week. Mitch had to run out because we got another show that we got to do. We got this Greek show that we do for the community. Anyways, regardless, I'll say it for him. Chair shot.